Welcome to the live. Welcome, returning and new subscribers. I already have a pre-message out here for you. I did a couple of shuffles and pulling of the cards, and the devil card kept on coming out here. Previous to this spread that I have out, where just the devil card came out, which speaks of Capricorn energy. Let's talk about the devil card first. So when we're looking at the devil card, it's more so speaking of a partnership or a union or work that you feel tied to, but not necessarily so when it comes to external forces. This restriction that you have is something more internal, and shadow work is required for you to come to the light as to what this restriction is and why you may even feel restricted. Okay, so this would be the lack of using restrictions to make you stronger, and instead they're making you weaker. But that's also a choice that you are giving yourself based on your willpower or what you're willing to do. Greetings, beloved. Okay, so this came out twice, but in the previous spread, it was the Lover's card and the Queen of Wands. And then it was followed by the Devil card here. Now, to clarify the Devil card, we have the Justice card, the Fool, followed by the Four of Swords and the Page of Swords. Now, this restriction that I'm seeing already, which is why I titled the live as such, what's holding you back, whatever this is that's holding you back is your own free will to allow it to hold you back. Whatever it is that's holding you back at this moment is your own free will allowing it to hold you back. Okay? Welcome, love. So let's get some further messages, all right? I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angel, spirit guide, spirit guides, ancestors, and ascended masters that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So it is, y'all. So instinctively, you know where your sight is, the focus of your sight when it comes to your instincts. You know what that is, especially through this healing process you've had. Okay, this healing process came with a lot of wounding. You were healing, but at the same time of you healing, you were being wounded. So this, I feel like you were more so healing yourself, which would mentally you were feeling wounded because you noticed you were healing yourself. So welcome, love. Now, with the sacred clown here, the full card in this deck, we got this sun behind it. So there's this enlightenment that's happening where you're aware of the electric powers you have at your hands, in your hands at this time. This is the Jupiter finger. So getting more familiar with your Jupiter energy, it will be going direct on the 23rd in the sign of Pisces, but in the position that it's in retrograde right now in the sign of Pisces, it's basically you allowing divine grace to step in as divine intervention. Okay? Because this is also a Jupiter card, Four of Swords, Jupiter and Libra. And then the first card out was the Justice card, more Libra energy. So this is having to do with confrontation that has strengthened you on a one-on-one basis. For some of you, realize there's just one aspect of your life where you have a conversation with someone that you're not normally used to having a conversation with that feels very uncomfortable, but this opens you up and it allows you to see that this restriction was all self-inflicted because of something you may have done in a past life. You may also have a south node in Capricorn, which means you have a north node in Cancer. Or south node in the 10th house, which would mean you have the north node in the 4th. Let me see what else I'm picking up here. You have a lot of light bodies around you, by the way. A lot of ascended masters were around. This is the only reason why you were able to endure this type of path that you have taken to heal yourself. Look at all these ascended masters around you, all these light beings. And again, there's a reason why you don't know about this story of Yeshua between 13 and 30 in the Bible. 13 and 30. 13 and 30. 1330 could be seen at a lot. 1033 or 133. And not connected to divine guidance surrounds you now. Let me see what else is coming through here for y'all. And today's Friday, Venus Day. Greetings, beloved. Ashe, honey. Talk to you soon, baby. Your prayers have been heard and answered. So again, what's okay? Rising sign. Let me see. What's on the other side? Intelligence is simplifying the complex. You could be seeing 1717 a lot. You could have a Leo rising. If not, sun, moon, or rising, you're being asked to follow the voice of your heart. Feel like you have this ability to recalibrate whatever it is that enters the solar plexus, as that's the first point that it enters before it becomes something that you feel within your heart space, or you shoot it up right up to your thought base patterns or thought base section, your crown chakra. But that could also be part of an illusion that you can create where you think like, where you feel like you're thinking about it, but what's really happening is that you're feeling it through. So there's this I feel like you're going through a reconfiguration based on what you think and what you feel. And this is bringing a lot of things to the light as far as like situations you may have encountered in the past where you know what was going on, but you really couldn't put your finger on it. As you healed yourself, you were able to put your finger on things you weren't able to put your finger on in the past. And in doing so, there's this level of forgiveness that starts to step in. Let me see if I can get what's the rising sign energy here? What's the rising sign energy here? What's the rising sign energy? We have moon tone 3. You could be a Gemini, electric, Mercury. So you could be a rising Virgo or Gemini. You're being given the power to activate by putting things together that's actually going to allow you to be of greater service to the collective here. We have the Birch rune, which speaks of a rebirth. You could be a solar seal of a red dragon when it comes to your galactic signature, but completely your galactic signature could be red electric dragon, and it's giving me the number 13 here. And there goes, wow, shit. You have the rune of Jera, which speaks of reaping what you sow. As you sow, so shall you reap. Initiating gradual and lasting change in the flow of life. So there's this big energy here about you going with the flow. Restrictions. Okay. Virgo rising, his father's Gemini rising. Okay. Okay. In year one of what it looks like to experience a world with patience. And we're approaching the Sagittarius season, which speaks of patience. So if you're not someone who's normally patient, your patience could be highly tested during Sagittarius season. Okay. Your prayers have been answered, though. Let's not. Okay. Thank you for liking the video, y'all. Washing your hands, honey. Solar eclipse, definitely significant here. Cosmic 13. Telling you something about this 13. Some of you could be a Pluto and Scorpio at 13 degrees. has some strong plutonic energy. Like you're naturally a psychic. Like you can't even. So if that's you with the Pluto and Scorpio and 13 degrees, your psychic abilities is the last thing you're gonna fight off. It will tear your ass up. Okay, take it from me. But you have the power to endure and transcend. You have the power to endure through the action of transcendence with this cosmic moon tone, especially if you are a red cosmic dragon. Welcome, my love. Mm, my energy is free, but I know I'm not allowing. I just shift it. I shade for saying it out loud, even if it's just something that you just typed. Time to move forward now. Moon tone overtone. Moon tone overtone. 5. The power to empower through the action of command. This is a person that whenever they pray, you have a strong connection to the divine. You have a very strong connection to the divine. So much so that your restriction with this devil card coming out here, the recognition you haven't given to your shadow side rebels in a way that makes you think and feel that your prayers aren't being answered. Again, your prayers have been answered, is the first card out. So your words are extremely powerful. This is definitely Mercury energy, Gemini, Virgo. Gemini, Virgo. And if you're connecting to people of that nature, or as you mentioned, children of that nature, this is something that's also within you. It's a reflection. Feel me? Let me take these back up. Let's see what else is coming. Let me leave this card out though. Your prayers have been answered. You went through a lot though. Just this right here, you survived all of this. Survived it all. You have a galactic signature. It's not allowing me to put the cards back together until I show you this. What's this? Oh, that's one of the 4 horsemen, the pale horse, the horse of death, Hades. Yep, Scorpio energy coming through here. Some of you have a vow to the Most High that the fourth of the earth that was given to those connected to this energy of wanting to oppress the collective, to kill, to put people into a space of hunger. Your destiny is to do what you do without seeking recognition. You're going to receive regardless, but do it without, expecting to be recognized for what you do, because it takes your mind and heart off of what you're actually destined to do. You got to look at this shit. You got to get more comfortable with saying no. Look who's here. Anubis. What's this? Is that Shiva? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm. Right now, 1414, where we're at as a collective astrologically, in the simplest way of saying it, you could either gain or put yourself in a position to be overwhelmed, because being overwhelmed is gaining but not seeing that you're gaining. Okay. And we're at the final stage of Scorpio season, which is connected to the 7 of Cups. So a lot is being presented to you. So much is being thrown at you right now. It's like whatever it was that you thought that you was going to, start up under the rug, Look at this. The death card is under here. Powerful energies. I'm moving with it in action to do what I should be doing and handling my business. Ashe. Let me look for the seven of cups here. It was in between the Page of Cups and the Hierophant. Uh-huh. Wow. There's a massive initiation that's happening in the ethereal realms, your dream state, where you're being helped to decide which cups you can go with and which ones you have to pour down the drain. Why is the Devil card here? A restriction on the decision you have to make. And this was the same card that came out with it before, but it came out in reverse this time. So the fact that it came out upright previous to this spread and the Queen of Wands was after that, this is for those of you who have a purpose when it comes to the element of fire, a magician. The more you avoid what your instincts are telling you, you notice this. You always end up at a crossroads when you overthink what your instincts are telling you. You always run into a crossroads. Your job is to get to your work by seeing the pattern. Again, the best movie I could recommend to you would be watching 222. So it was just 1711. Look at that. Three of Swords. Something about Saturday. That's tomorrow. What about tomorrow? Another major arcana, and there's a lot of Libra energy here. Wow. So, what I'm getting from this is whatever you cannot control, really and truly give it to the Most High. Don't give it to the Most High and then decide 2 minutes after that you want to do something about it. That's not surrendering. Knight of Wands, something is coming in and out. Hold on. Whoa. Four of Cups. And I like to see that after the Justice card and coming up after the Lovers, because there's a decision you have to make about a lover. It could be a Capricorn or Gemini or Libra or Cancerian energy, or you could have a moon in Cancer. And the reason why you're unable to see this new beginning, this Ace of Cups, is because you're so focused on this, and so much so that it's becoming extremely overwhelming. What's overwhelming you is the sorrow, pains, and regrets of what, though? There you got the Page of Cups right here. Sorrow, pains, and regrets of what? Doing things on your own. You did this on your own. You healed yourself on your own. And when I say on your own, choosing, the tools and things that you watch, or the way you utilize your senses. Taurus energy, Venus energy. Today's a Venus day, but Taurus speaks about your core values. What you connect to when it comes to your senses, the practical ones, the earthly ones, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, your hands. The same reason why you've healed yourself is being presented to you again. but it's being presented to you again for you to do away with it completely. There goes the World card, which Taurus is actually here, the Bull. Something about the 7th, 1st, and 11th house and planets you have transiting those areas right now. Let me see what else is going on here. There goes the Crossroads card. At a crossroads with everything that you've done when it comes to handling the drama that has occurred in your life. 23 is highly significant. You went through hell, because I had to look up today because of a vision that I got of a hockey team. And it made me think of how many people are on a hockey team. And if I'm not mistaken, it's 23, and that's right there, 23. But when people write out the word hell or want to spell it out, they say HE double hockey sticks, right? What? Random? What was that about? Some of you holding on to something you got to say, and it's causing extreme burdens on your psyche. Move forward with what? That's a Cancerian energy. Look at that shit. Literally, as I'm looking at the Four of Cups, because that would be after the Four of Cups. So it's like sitting in the position of the Four of Cups. When it comes to this restriction that you're having, Moon in Cancer is the Four of Cups. The polar opposite of the Moon, which is the ruler of Cancer, is Capricorn, which is the Devil card, or Saturn's energy. And you got the World card and the Devil card to represent Capricorn's energy. But the fact that they're showing themselves out here, what's on the table is the restrictions. What's at the foundation of it is the opportunity to close out a cycle, literally move forward. Like you're like, I feel like the universe is taking you right to whatever it is that you feel like is cup spilt over, only for you to see that there's no use of it because it's already spilt over. It's in the sand, it's been buried. Two of Cups. And once you move forward, you cross that bridge right to these Two of Cups right here, which is the healing of the masculine and feminine energy within you, which shows itself outside of you as well, through your experiences in life, which will allow you now to connect deeper to what your instincts are telling you to do. And some of you are being guided by the Most High when it comes to your creativity with this Leo head. Look at that, to move forward. Divine is, move forward from these impoverished ways of thinking or core values connected to poverty. We got the Four of Wands and the King of Cups. Venus in Aries and King of Cups will be Scorpio energy. Some of you are going to be building on the family that you're going to be building is nothing like what you have experienced as you were being raised, or an experience that you may have had that may have caused you to feel like you're in this wounded space because you weren't able to fully communicate the way you there wasn't this communication based on harmony, because that's Venus in Aquarius. Venus in Aquarius is the Five of Swords. So some of you could have a Venus in Aquarius, which means you have to be very mindful of those you surround yourself with and make sure they are connected to what you perceive as having the willpower to create and not feel like you're restricted or unable to create. Yeah, to take action. The Emperor's at the bottom of the deck now. So as far as these cards that came out, we have the Justice card and the Fool card, which is Libra, Aries. Aries is the foundation. So let me read a little bit more about this foundation with the Sacred Crown. I laugh at the game of life. It's time to enjoy life. You've been through a lot. It's because you were given the keys, Hierophant energy, to be able to unlock these doors, to endure whatever lessons that you were going through or whatever passages that you were going through. Finding locations where you can, metaphysically speaking and spiritually speaking, finding locations you can go to replenish yourself within. You know what I mean? The sacred clown or Heyoka from the Lakota tradition knows that nothing we think is actually true. No belief is fixed. As trickster and shaman converge, he probes beneath the veil of normality to reveal the astonishing and unexpected. Indeed, the gap between you and what you have understood to be you. His words are like lightning bolt. His words are like a lightning bolt which can pierce the heart. See, some of you speak with so much truth, and you're surrounded by people that when you do so, it pisses them off. It's time to cut those cords. You don't have to live a life like that. You really don't. Or the essence of competition where people do things that are just out of alignment to make themselves feel like they have an understanding of what you're saying, when the real part of life is understanding oneself. And that understanding of self allows you to be around others who understand themselves, so that way when you're congregating with those people, there's an overstanding. You know, it does, especially if you're an empath, it would. And one of the hardest decisions would be, to handle it, not deal with it. Handle it. Two different things, because the dealing will keep the game going. You feel me? So it's like, once you handle it, there are things you're going to do that's uncomfortable, but through that handling, you're gaining great wisdom as you do it. You know? Don't get the wrong idea about me. Something new awaits you on unexplored paths, so step into life fearlessly. Renew, refresh, and rebirth yourself. You are a child, innocent and free. And that's that sacred clown energy. Aries, the baby of the zodiac. Okay. So I'm being guided right now to pull some love cards. So let me see what's going on right here. Let's do this. One thing about, if you have a sun, moon, or rising in Taurus, you're gifted to speak. So you got to be mindful of those who you're surrounded by, that closes up your throat chakra. And your throat chakra is in between your third eye and your heart space. So pay attention to that. Pay attention when you feel like you can't speak, or you're uncomfortable to speak, or you don't feel like you want to outshine somebody because they get uncomfortable when you just being yourself. And people do it in different ways. Your prayers have been answered, have been heard and answered, though. I'm going to add that to the title of this reading. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Regardless of whatever you're experiencing right now, tap into the energy that your prayers, which is a petition, and a petition is your demand and command, has been heard and it's being answered. It has actually, the way I have it here, it's been answered. So, everybody dance. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. What was at the bottom, though? Engagement. This could be someone you were engaged to in the past. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. There could be a conversation that's being had here. And what I'm going to tell you is that this is someone you don't want from your past. Your test right now would be the way you respond to not wanting someone from the past. See, people will click to be like, I don't want this person from the past. Source is going to give you another lesson where you can respond differently from a space of unconditional love. You be like, you know what? I'm grateful for that experience, but no, thank you. Real simple. You feel me? As a person with the Mars in Aries and the Sun in Sagittarius and the Venus in Scorpio, I can be real petty. Real petty. I choose not to. Because I know my words can hit someone's soul. This is the responsibility that a lot of you have when it comes to your gifts and your abilities. You know what I'm saying? And your greatest test are those around you who would want to bring that out of you, would want to bring that response out of you. And you actually stay inquiring and be like, you know what? I know who I am. You don't want to open up that Pandora's box, though. So flirt. Heart-to-heart conversation. A heart-to-heart conversation is different from a mental conversation or a conversation of thoughts of the brain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, choose your words wisely. That's all. Better we do bad, blah blah. Better we do bad, blah blah. Better do bad, blah blah. Okay. Let your friends help you release your ex past life relationship. Give me a second. Let your friends help you when it comes to releasing your ex. And when it comes to a past life relationship, give your relationship a chance. Those are two different conversations. There's going to be a reconciliation with someone from your past or part of you of your past. But it's coming to you in the present moment because the time has come for you to clear your energy from it completely. Because some of you are still holding on to it. That's a Cancerian energy too. Cancers tend to be open to just keeping in touch with people of the past. So if you're with someone who's a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or Venus in Cancer, just know that that's a part of them to check up on people from their past because they have this thing about accumulating shit. No shade to Cancerians because I got Cancer in my chart too. So when it comes to a past life relationship, though, in regards to ley lines and these ley lines having to do with plasma, give that a chance. But in order for you to give that a chance, you're going to have to break through something of the recent past. A DJ could be significant, or those initials DJ. I felt the vibes of a DJ. The time has come. Yes, honey. I feel like your playlist is. Listen, new love. My playlist be listen. I already told you I got a Sun in Sagittarius, Mars in Aries. I'm all about the rhythm and the beats and the bass. All right. This is Jam Naked Steam Mix by DJ Echo. Matter of fact, I'm going to send y'all what I'm listening to right now. Give me a second.
All right then.
Here we go. This is the playlist right here. But it's a mix though. I ain't never give you nothing. Let me see something. Let me put these aside here. Okay. Some of you, okay, I'm also getting that some of you are flirting. You're welcome. Some of you are flirting with the past life ability too. And this is part of the prayers that you've had. And this is connected to true love. Venus Day, a lot of Venus energy. Look up goddesses that are connected to the planet Venus. and see if any symbolism is connected to what you've been seeing or what you've been craving. New love. This could be the revitalization of a current situation or just completely a new love. Yeah, forgiving and learning. Forgiving and learning. I feel like this is a current situation. Y'all about to be jamming because that DJ he mixed that right. Okay. New love is here. Keep an open mind. Let it flow. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And if you're currently with someone, that's the same message that goes for them. Just know that they're reflecting you too. So if there are hidden parts about you, you know what? You're going to have to get to know each other all over again. But get to know each other from the space of you being cleared from these past generational wounds. It'll help you to make a clearer decision about the partnership. Lover's card in reverse and the confirmation. Feel me? Let's see. Separation, healing. Just said that shit. This is also something that led to issues when it came to your finances and your career. Some of you actually started to work at certain places just to do something different. But that was also part of the process, too. I feel like Source wants you to just like feel the flow of it all. You know, like everything that happened, like forgive yourself, which would allow you to forgive others, but forgiveness is primarily for yourself to release those burdens that you have when it comes to others hurting you, like that Page of Swords. This type of pain, it's a lot of healing, a lot of justice that has to flow around for these wounds to close up. Look at this dynamite. There's also a possibility of something else erupting. Like it's just a lot going on now. But your higher self is coming through as such. See that? Brain on one side, the heart on the other. And the light of the Most High just striking right through the center, past the root chakra, in and out of the root chakra. And that's the sword of truth. It's painful, but it's worth it though. Once you realize the worth of the transformation or the journey, you realize how painful it actually wasn't. You know what I mean? Greetings, love. Calling in your soulmate. Your soul is getting closer and closer and closer to you. There's a prayer that you've recently, or petition that you recently put out that has been heard and answered, and this is why you're calling in your soulmate. This is what your soul knows that is required for you to cross the bridge. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Feel me? This could be, okay, so if this is someone spiritual that comes in, first and foremost, love is not attachment. This spiritual being that comes into your life as an answer to your prayers, know that spirit guides aren't here in this realm for eternity. They're in their realm for eternity. But don't attach yourself to it. I feel like there's a tendency for someone to attach themselves to a particular energy because you think that's what love is. Think I'm lying. Codependency is right at the bottom, yeah. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. True love is entering your life, though. So don't allow those past addictions to get in the way. You've had this moment of separation to heal family issues. And once you heal those family issues, this could be a reconciliation of family, or this could be a reconciliation of the heart space where physically you're not around these family members, but there's still a reconciliation of the heart where there's forgiveness for you having forgiveness for yourself and the part that you played in this scenario. Whether this could even be just the way you've thought about the entire situation, how you felt about how wounded you felt. You got to forgive yourself for that, because that's putting stress onto you. It's basically like asking yourself, why me? Why not you? If you're a divine being, you came here to make a difference. So this is exactly what you're doing. But in order for you to make a difference, you got to see the opposite polarity of the joy and abundance and bliss that you're about to experience. Because the same amount of pain you've experienced, that joy is going to be infinite amount of that same feeling. So it's like working out. The first 2 weeks, you're going to be sore. After the first 2 days, you're going to be sore. But as you keep going, you're breaking the muscle down so it can rebuild itself. That's all you're doing. Let's see what else. Last two cards right here. Passion. Pay attention to the red flags, the signs of caution. I'm seeing this more so as like, pay attention as to where you would normally stop yourself from moving forward, and allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Trust those things and align yourself with those things that brings you, closer to your heart space. Heart to heart conversation also came out here, or was at the bottom of the deck at some point, right? Yeah. Let me get all these cards up. Let me see what's actually next for you all. What's next? Just from the cards that are here, worth waiting for is at the bottom. And at the top you have stay optimistic. What's happening next? What's happening next here? What's happening next? Your prayers have been heard and answered. Heard and answered. They're not being answered like in process of being answered, or going through the process of getting to you. They have been answered already. So what's next? 7:07 on the timer. What's next? Let your friends help you. The divine asks for and accepts support from others. And I feel like the others has to do with the moment you extend your lighthearted energy to others, it'll open your vessel to connect with those angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ascended masters that can clear your path. There we go. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, baby. Okay? So, reconciliation. I feel like this is a reconciliation between the masculine and feminine within you, because I'm all about you checking self before you blame something on somebody else, or refrain from blaming anybody else for anything. Yeah, things happen. But at the same time, you got to go to what your soul is here to do and what contracts you have, what you may have done in the past life as to why this is probably even happening to you in this life. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, but it could also be simplified where you realize there's not so much to it. But yeah, don't let this Saggy ramble for you. I love you, and I will see y'all on the next live.